zagen mensen in de trein, tram of bus. Hangt die grote grijze massa.
Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is going to be a video, first of two videos, where I talk about some products I've gotten for my own fragrances and my own fragrance journey from a oud manufacturer called Ensar Oud. And there's going to be two videos here where I show you some of the products that I've purchased and some of the products that they've sent me. This is the first video I've recorded in a long time, at least a couple weeks. I've had a horrible sore throat and cold that just has not left me, and I really did mean to do this earlier, but I finally got around to it. So, Ensar Oud. Let's talk about Ensar Oud. In my journey of trying to make fragrances, I knew that at some point I was going to need a high quality oud supplier. I have many synthetic ouds. I have a couple of natural ouds, although the descriptions of where they're from and all of that isn't amazing. I'd heard about Ensar through multiple sources. One of which, of course, being Peter Fragrance for You. He had done a couple of videos on Ensar Oud. I knew about them through him, multiple ways as well, and I decided to look them up. I really like the fact that they sold and sell third of a gram samples, so 0.3 gram samples. They also sell 2.5 gram bottles, 3 gram bottles, sometimes 6 gram bottles, and they will work with you if you want to buy more than that. Any time in life where I've sort of come across a hard to purchase product and you meet someone and they really have a passion about the product they're selling, I can relate this to some sort of other illicit. Oud isn't illicit, it's hard to get, but it's not illicit. Some other illicit things in my life, and sometimes you just meet someone and you know that they really care about the product that you're getting, and they're really good about how they do business with you. And my dealings with Ensar have been perfect. So I will probably only use Ensar Ouds to make any fragrance that I make in the future. I don't know that much about oud. That's not I'm sure you guys know that. I'm learning, but I know a little bit more than probably the average frakehead knows about oud. As I said, I'm learning. I know there's synthetic oud, I know there's natural oud, I know there's wild oud, which is usually, out there. It can be manipulated. There are wild oud that can have intervention. I believe people can injure the wood so that when they come back and collect it, it's a better product. And I know there's organic oud, where it's harvested and sort of, grown in a controlled environment. But, oud for me is something I'm really learning to love and appreciate. Really, really so. And my plans for some of what I'm going to show you today some oils and then some actual wood. My plan is to tincture some of these at 1%. Some will be kept as oils to study, and I will be making perfumes with small amounts and using much of the resin that I've purchased, which we're going to talk about in the next video, to really make perfumes. And I eventually will have an oud perfume for sale, and the oud I use will be from Ensar. As I said, I cannot picture using another supplier. I also want to let you know, I'm going to talk about some of the stuff they sent me, but my descriptions will not be able to do these products justice. This is the pinnacle of a product. I don't know what the pinnacle of perfume yet is. I don't feel like I've gotten there yet. Some people feel it's, Raja Dove, and sometimes I feel like it's Arige L'Adore. Sometimes I feel like it's Vintage Guerlain. I know the pinnacle of oud probably is this. I can't say that for sure. But My descriptions will not do them justice. Check, I'm going to give you the prices last time I checked as of filming this. Always check their website for sales, but all prices are of filming. So the first thing is when you purchase products from them, no matter, you know, even if you get a couple samples, it comes in a beautiful box that says Ensar oud, and it comes in a little beautiful red satin bag. So let's go through some of the things they sent me. So the first couple things, this is an actual piece of Papua oud wood. I don't have a burner. I'm going to purchase one. Ensar used to only sell a burner if you got like a set, which was like $550. That came with oils and wood, and now they sell a burner on their own. I do want to get that eventually because I would like to burn this piece of oud. They sent this to me complimentary. They're just great people. It doesn't really smell that much on its own, but you can sort of see the specks of black, that infected wood that will produce oud. So, piece of Papua oud, and then they were nice enough to send me, I talked about how much I love vintage sandalwood, and so they sent me a bunch of chips from the 1970s. This is 1970s Mysore sandalwood. This stuff smells gorgeous. You just open the bag, and you get that buttery, creamy, almost like buttermilk scent, and so I'm going to be using these in my burner as well when I get it. So let's talk about some of the oils. Again, we're going to have video 2 coming next week or the week after. So the first oil is probably my favorite of what I've smelled. If I'm going to make an oud perfume, I think I'd like to use this. This is called Oud Yusuf. Oud Yusuf. This is 1/3 of a gram. I've used a little bit, so it might not be you might not be seeing a full 1/3 of a gram there. But whoa, so 3 grams of this. I'm going to give you the 3 gram price for all these. Now the Papua wood I don't believe is for sale. The Mysore wood chips that you guys saw that I showed you, we'll put them back here. Various prices, but you can get 25 grams of those chips for $50, so very good. Now the Oud Yusuf, 3 grams, $250. A sample that you see in front of you, $27. This is an oud from Thailand. And why I love this so much, this is a very floral oud as far as I can tell. I get a lot of like lilies and lilac. It's very sweet and creamy. I get violet out of it. It almost smells like a purple oud, if that makes sense. It's like a floral candy. It's not barnyard at all. It's very inviting. It's sweet. It's a little bit syrupy, not in a synthetic way. It has a little bit of an ashy dry down, but to me, this is a perfectly wearable oud. Very friendly, soft, and inviting. I believe Peter said this was one of his favorites as well. I could be wrong about that, but this is a very friendly and wearable oud. From Thailand, I really like it. The next oil I'm going to talk about, this is actually not an oud on its own. This is called Borneo Zen. Let me get this to focus. Now this is actually, besides doing ouds exclusively, these guys do, come on iPhone, this is a sample, and Ensar does scents as well, fragrances as well. And what Borneo Zen is, by the way, 3 grams of this is $350. A sample is $39. This is real deer musk and aged wild oud. I get a lot of jasmine out of this. It's very creamy, tropical, and citrus. This is one of my favorite samples that were sent to me. It has such deep, intense woody notes. That real deer musk here is just next level. It has so much nuance to it. There's honeysuckle. It's orange blossom here. Gorgeous, gorgeous material. If they still have this, I would definitely recommend picking some of this up. Next is something called Santal Royale. This I actually got a full sample of, so that's 1/3 of a gram. Let's put that here. And what this is Santal Royale, not a nude. 3 grams, $350. Sample is $39. This is a 4-year-old aged sandalwood oil from a 30 to 40-year-old red Mysore heart tree. And this one material, the fact that this is one oil from a sandalwood tree, this is crazy how much you get out of this. There's toasted oak, there's caramel, there's coffee, there's booze, there's toffee. This is a gorgeous gourmand oil. And there's some oud nuance here as well, I feel like. Now, I could just be oud crazy as well, but this is a special oil. I love this. I would love to make a perfume out of this. This is the best sandalwood material I've ever smelled. In the next video, we're going to be talking a little bit more about sandalwoods. Next up, this is a sample that I purchased. This one, I want you guys to see how dark this is. See that? Look at how dark this guy is. This is called Tigerwood 1995. Tigerwood 1995. What is Tigerwood 1995? Well, 3 grams, $390. Sample, $41. This is a Malaysian oud aged 20 plus years. Do the math. Tigerwood oud is called Tigerwood because of how the wood looks. It looks like a tiger's stripes. This is crazy. This is oud to me. Oud and incense. That's what I get here. Oud and incense. A lot of camphor and incense. At the top of this, I get almost like a chutney. Like a lemon and lime chutney. If you stew down lemon and lime peels in a sweet chutney, with an incense finish. This is nuts. This is really crazy. Again, it's so hard to believe why I'm starting to become addicted to oud, and I'd rather spend all my money on wearing oud, and I've been wearing oud to work, and I'll tell you how to apply it when I finish this video, how I apply it, because I can apply an oud, a swipe of oud, and get way more nuance than I would get from a perfume. Anyway, that's Tigerwood 1995. Next one, this was a sample sent to me, so it's probably a little less than 1/10 of a gram, I would say. This one, I believe, is called Midori Key. Midori Key. 3 grams, $550. Samples, $59. Now, I believe this is a Borneo oud, and Borneo is a Malaysian island in Asia. This is very fruity and woody. This is the fruitiest oud that I've smelled. There's also something camphorous about it and a lot of incense in the dry down. I like it. It's not my favorite. I'll tell you guys my favorite when I'm done with this. But again, there's going to be a part 2 of this video. This one's nice. This is a nice oud. Again, there's nothing I smelled, just so you guys know, that I was like, oh, why would anyone pay? Everyone just kept blowing me away. And I'm going price lowest to highest. Specifically, that's the way I sampled them. It's what I do when I sample wine as well. I've been to a million wine tastings, and you always go not necessarily the least expensive, but the least body to the highest body, right? So you start with like maybe Vino Verde, or very fizzy wine that's natural frizzante, and then you finish with the Cabernet Sauvignons, the Barolos, the Amarones, and stuff, Pinot Noirs. So the last one we're going to talk about this week is called Zhang Shenlu. This one is not currently available. Now, Peter recently did a video, and I'm not sure if he was talking about this one, but he wanted to make a fragrance with this one, and he said it in the video, someone bought the whole stock. I don't think, if this is what he's talking about, I don't think he said it and someone was like, oh, I'm going to not. I just think there's people who are crazy about ouds, and, because I think they spent $100,000 on this. But anyway, this one not currently available. It got sold out between the time I recorded this and whatever. I think this is an oud from Thailand, and this one was really interesting. What I got out of it, I got notes of vetiver. I got like berries, like dark berries. Patchouli, and a lot of earthy green notes. This is a very like herbal, almost like a soil green sort of oud. It was very pleasant and green, fruity, no barnyard. None of these had barnyard at all. Now we're going to talk about some fragrances, some other ouds. I have a whole other batch of ouds we're going to talk about in the next video. If you want me to review any of these, just do a whole video on a specific oud. hey, we can do that as well. But this is no barnyard, a little syrupy, sharp green nuance, very earthy oud. So my favorite, again, I believe it's the least expensive, and this was Oud Yusuf. This just blew my fucking mind. $27, 3 grams, $250. I would like to make a fragrance with this. If I'm going to make a fragrance with one of these ouds, I'm not sure if my first fragrance I'm going to release is going to be an oud fragrance. So, but I will always trust Ensar to do my ouds. So let's just say that. I spent a little, like $150, $200, I don't know, not that much, and I just feel like what I got out of it was so amazing. And the way that I wear one of these guys, honestly. This is 1/3 of a gram. This is Yusuf. I take it, I put a little swipe on my skin, and then a little bit on my neck, and I'm smelling this all day. So we could talk about how much this costs in relation to Amouage, Raja, Xerjoff, whoever you want to do your Privé, Hermescence. You buy 3 grams of this, I believe you'll get more wearings out of that than you will out of a bottle of one of those. It just depends on whether you prefer to wear oud as to wearing one of those fragrances. I like to do both. I can't wait to take one of these ouds and make my perfect fragrance with one of these ouds. So I'm super excited. I'm gonna finish my Ensar rave because I love this company. I love what they're doing. I'm gonna finish my rave at the end of the next video, but I'm gonna link to Ensar in the description. We're gonna go through a whole bunch of more of their oils and their resin, which I purchased 5 grams of, and I'm going to purchase 3 grams of a few of these. Just not today, not right now. I feel like I want to be ready to do it because I want to get the right one for the right fragrance. But I'm hooked. I'm just hooked. If you can't tell the passion I have for these products, it's because of the passion that they put into these products. So more to come. I'm going to link to Ensar in the description. Please just purchase a sample. Purchase a couple samples. Shipping is not crazy. I think it's $25. It comes super quick from Turkey or the Middle East. I think Turkey. $25. Get a couple of these. You'll be blown away. You'll get great wearings out of them, and you will never experience. You will understand what real oud is when you get a sample of this. And you'll find it very hard to tolerate fake oud, or what people think is oud. You'll be like, wait a second, smell what Ensar's doing. So anyway, that's it. I'll see you again next week with more videos. Another Ensar video coming real soon. Link is in the description. Thank everyone at Ensar for helping me learn and continuing to learn. En I'll see you again real soon.
Een broodje warm vlees en je nieuwste relatie. Vind je die nog steeds zo leuk? Of bleef dat allereerste zoentje die harde kop al ingedeukt?